1. Genetic factors. Let's start with the foundation of who we are, our genes. You know how you might have your mom's eyes or your dad's laugh? Well, just like physical traits, our genes can also carry a predisposition to certain mental health conditions. Think of it like this. Genes provide a blueprint for how our brains develop and function, and sometimes there can be slight variations in this blueprint. Now, this doesn't mean that if a family member has a mental disorder, you're guaranteed to have it too. It's important to remember that genes are just one piece of a very complex puzzle. They might increase the likelihood, but they don't determine the outcome. Research shows that having a first-degree relative, like a parent or sibling with schizophrenia, increases your risk compared to the general population. But even then, the majority of people with a family history of schizophrenia don't develop the condition themselves. It's the intricate interplay between our genes and our environment that shapes our mental well-being. So, while you might inherit a predisposition, other factors like stress, lifestyle, and support systems play a crucial role too. In essence, your genes load the gun, but your environment pulls the trigger. And just like any good detective story, there's always more than one clue to consider. Number 2. Neurobiological influences. Have you ever wondered what's actually happening inside our brains when we experience emotions? Our brains are incredible networks of billions of neurons that communicate with each other using chemical messengers called neurotransmitters. You've probably heard of some of them. Serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine. These guys play a huge role in regulating our mood, sleep, motivation, and even how we perceive pain. When it comes to mental health, sometimes these neurotransmitters can be a little off balance. For instance, low levels of serotonin have been linked to depression, while an overactive dopamine system is implicated in conditions like schizophrenia. But it's not just about the chemicals themselves. The structure of our brains also matters. The prefrontal cortex, for example, is like the control center involved in decision-making, planning, and emotional regulation. In many mental disorders, we see alterations in the activity and connectivity of this crucial brain region. Understanding these neurobiological underpinnings is crucial for developing effective treatments and therapies. Additionally, other brain regions like the amygdala, which processes fear and pleasure, can show hyperactivity in anxiety disorders. This intricate dance of chemicals and structures highlights just how complex and unique each person's mental health journey can be. Number 3. Early childhood experiences. Our brains are incredibly malleable, especially during those early years. The experiences we have in our childhood, particularly within our families and close relationships, have a profound impact on shaping our brains and, consequently, our mental health. Imagine a young child growing up in an environment where they constantly feel neglected or emotionally unsafe. Their brains, still developing and learning how to navigate the world, might become wired to perceive threats even in safe situations, making them more susceptible to anxiety disorders later in life. Similarly, early childhood trauma, such as physical or emotional abuse, can leave lasting scars on the developing brain, increasing the risk of conditions like PTSD, depression, and even personality disorders. Children need secure attachments with caregivers who provide love, support, and a sense of security. Positive experiences and stable relationships during these formative years can promote resilience and healthy brain development. On the flip side, consistent exposure to stress and adversity can disrupt normal brain development and emotional regulation. Number 4. Environmental stressors. Let's face it, life can be stressful, from work deadlines to relationship issues and financial worries. We're constantly bombarded with stressors, and while a little bit of stress can be motivating, chronic, unrelenting stress can take a serious toll on your mental well-being. Think of your stress response system like an alarm system. When you encounter a threat, real or perceived, your body releases hormones like cortisol, preparing you to fight or flee. However, when this alarm system is constantly activated, it can lead to a whole cascade of negative effects on our bodies and minds. Chronic stress has been linked to a wide range of mental health issues, including anxiety, depression, insomnia, and even an increased risk of heart disease. Environmental factors such as chronic stress, pollution, and socioeconomic status profoundly affect mental health. High levels of stress, whether from work, relationships, or financial problems, can trigger or worsen mental disorders. Living in impoverished or polluted environments can also contribute to mental health challenges, highlighting the need for supportive social policies. Number 5. Psychological theories. Now, let's step into the realm of psychology and explore some of the prominent theories that attempt to explain how our minds work and what contributes to our mental health challenges. One of the most influential approaches is cognitive behavioral theory, or CBT. This model suggests that our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors are all interconnected. For example, if you constantly have negative thoughts about yourself, like, "I'm not good enough," It can lead to feeling sad and anxious, which might then cause you to withdraw from social situations, further reinforcing those negative beliefs. Then we have psychodynamic theory, pioneered by Sigmund Freud. This approach emphasizes the role of unconscious processes, early childhood experiences, and unresolved conflicts from our past in shaping our present-day thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Humanistic therapies often emphasize personal responsibility, free will, and the importance of living in accordance with our values. Each theory offers unique approaches to understanding and treating mental disorders. Moreover, the humanistic approach, championed by Carl Rogers and Abraham Maslow, focuses on the individual's potential for growth and self-actualization. Meanwhile, the behavioral approach looks at how our environment and learned behaviors impact our mental health. Number 6. Cultural influences. Mental health isn't just about what's going on inside our heads. It's also profoundly influenced by the world around us. Our culture, beliefs, and societal norms play a significant role in how we perceive, experience, and even express mental distress. For example, in some cultures, mental illness might be highly stigmatized, leading individuals to suffer in silence rather than seeking help. While in other cultures, mental health challenges might be more openly discussed and integrated into traditional healing practices. Even the way we describe symptoms can be influenced by culture. It's essential for mental health professionals to be culturally sensitive and understand how these factors can influence both the presentation and treatment of mental disorders. Cultural background and societal expectations shape the perception and manifestation of mental disorders. Cultural beliefs influence how symptoms are expressed and treated. Understanding these cultural nuances is essential for effective mental health care. For instance, some cultures might interpret symptoms like hearing voices as spiritual experiences rather than signs of a mental disorder. Additionally, cultural stigmas can significantly impact an individual's willingness to seek treatment and adhere to prescribed therapies. Number 7. Personality traits. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to be naturally more easygoing, while others are prone to worrying? Our personalities, the unique patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors that make us who we are, can also play a role in our susceptibility to certain mental health conditions. For instance, individuals who score high on the trait of neuroticism, characterized by a tendency to experience negative emotions like anxiety, fear, and sadness more intensely, might be more vulnerable to developing anxiety disorders or depression. However, it's crucial to remember that personality traits are just predispositions, not destinies. Understanding these predispositions can help in developing personalized treatment plans. On the flip side, traits like high conscientiousness or strong social skills can serve as protective factors against mental health challenges. Number 8. Coping mechanisms. Life is full of ups and downs, and we all face challenges that test our resilience. How we cope with stress, adversity, and difficult emotions plays a crucial role in maintaining our mental well-being. Imagine your coping mechanisms as a toolbox filled with different tools. Some tools, like exercise, meditation, or talking to a therapist, are like those trusty, high-quality tools that help us regulate our emotions, manage stress effectively, and build resilience. When we have those less-than-ideal coping mechanisms, the ones we might reach for when we're feeling overwhelmed or don't have access to healthier alternatives. Learning to identify our own coping mechanisms, both healthy and unhealthy, is an essential step in building a more resilient and mentally healthy life. Coping mechanisms are vital in managing mental health. Healthy strategies like exercise, meditation, and socializing can reduce stress and improve well-being. Conversely, maladaptive coping, such as substance abuse or avoidance, can exacerbate mental health problems. Learning effective coping skills is crucial for resilience. Recognizing when you're relying on unhealthy coping mechanisms is the first step toward making positive changes. Number 9. Social support networks. Humans are social creatures. We thrive on connection, belonging, and knowing that we're not alone in our struggles. Strong social support networks are incredibly important for our mental well-being. Think about it. When you're going through a tough time, who do you turn to? Having a supportive network of family, friends, or even online communities can provide a buffer against stress, offer a listening ear, and remind us that we're loved and valued. Studies have shown that people with strong social connections tend to have better mental health outcomes. On the flip side, social isolation and loneliness are associated with an increased risk of mental health problems like depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. Strong social support systems, including family, friends, and community, are essential for mental health. Supportive relationships provide emotional comfort, practical help, and a sense of belonging. They also encourage healthy behaviors and can be a source of motivation during difficult times. Furthermore, having people to share your joys and successes with enhances your overall sense of happiness and life satisfaction. So, investing in and nurturing these connections is crucial for maintaining a healthy and balanced life. Number 10. Current research and future directions. The field of mental health is constantly evolving as researchers work tirelessly to unravel the complexities of the brain and develop more effective treatments. Advances in genetics, neuroimaging, and psychotherapy are giving us unprecedented insights into the biological, psychological, and social factors that contribute to mental disorders. One exciting area of research is personalized medicine. Imagine a future where treatments are tailored to an individual's unique genetic makeup, brain activity patterns, and environmental factors. This could revolutionize the way we approach mental health care, leading to more targeted and effective interventions. The future of mental health is full of hope as we continue to break down stigma, increase awareness, and invest in research that will lead to a deeper understanding and more effective treatments for those who need them. Recent advances in mental health research offer hope for better understanding and treatment of mental disorders. Breakthroughs in genetics, neuroimaging, and psychotherapy are paving the way for personalized medicine. Future research aims to uncover the complex interactions between genetic, biological, and environmental factors, leading to more effective interventions. Additionally, advancements in technology, such as virtual reality therapy and AI-driven diagnostic tools, are opening new avenues for treatment and support. Collaborative efforts between scientists and policymakers are essential to translate these discoveries into real-world applications. If you found these insights into the psychology behind mental disorders helpful, you should also check out our video on every common mental disorder explained in 10 minutes or less.